All right, here we go. We're going to do our little summer sequence where we put in a little bit of core movements into, we always put core movements, but our focus is adding or peppering in core movements into our class today. So, yeah, let's start knees wide, toes together. Settle your little hips back. And then let's bring elbows over blocks so that as you shift back, you create a little space through that core, lining up your arms, upper arms. With your ears. And then if it feels okay, draw the thumbs really close to the back of the neck. So you can kind of wake up then the side body as it travels closer to your hips. Now, since your head is suspended in air here, just rotate your nose or your head, pointing your nose left and right. Good. And then pause in the middle and move your head like you're saying yes a few times. Lifting the head and then bringing the chin really close. Then the next time you breathe in, taking the hands, placing them over the blocks and stretching your arms out right and extended forward. Now let's pulse the chest over here. So hands spread wide and then you pulse. And on an inhale, come out of this. And then again, exhale, sink down like a little pulse. And then back out. And then the next time you breathe in, we'll take the blocks and leave them handy, but leave them off to the side. We'll thread the right arm under them. Little rotation through the torso, the shoulders. Option while you're here to lift the hips, to shift the feet to the left, to maybe come off the left knee so you can stay nice and stretched. You can also, of course, lift the leg up if that feels better for you. The lifting of the leg just kind of wakes up the core. Yeah, and then bringing the leg back down if it went up, unthreading the right arm so that now the hands are under the shoulders. Spread the fingers wide, tucking the right toes. We're going to bring the right knee slightly to the right. And then we'll bring the left leg all the way across and to the right. Let's wake up that core a little more. So on an inhale, stay with your right knee and foot as they are. Lift the left leg up. And then on the exhale, round it, knee to nose, nose to knee. We're going to do it 4 more times. So inhale, extend, and you can stay on your right knee. Or as you exhale, you can come off that right knee. 3 more times. Inhale with the knee up or down. And then exhale. 2 more times. Inhale, stretch. Exhale, bring it in. And here's your last one. Inhale, stretch. Bring the left foot down and then both knees to the floor, threading the needle in child's pose. Left under right. And remember, you have so many options to stay or keep going. So you can stay here, or you can lift the hips a little higher, shift the feet to the right, and then come off that right knee. And then if you want to play, you can come off the right leg, engaging the glutes. Good morning. If your leg flew up like mine, bring it down and then breathe in, unthreading, tucking the left toes, keeping your left knee under the left hip. And then as you exhale or breathe out, take the right leg all the way to the other side. Just waking it all up. Good. We stretch the leg on an inhale, knee to nose, nose to knee. Exhale. Remember, the left knee can stay down, or you can bring the knee up as you flow into that inhale, leg up. Exhale, leg in and down. Again, inhale, stretch up. Exhale, good morning. Bring it in. And then here's your last one. Inhale, stretch. Now this time, pull the knee in and step the right foot forward. Yes. Grab your blocks. Bring the floor up a little higher towards you. And then just pulse. The back knee lowers and the back knee lifts. And this is just kind of giving us a little movement with our hip. Do that a few times so it feels right. Yes. Now, the next time you bring that back knee up, breathe in, and then see if you can shift into a right knee that's stretched out. Now, how do we make this a little easier or a little bit more doable? Lower the back knee is one option. And then another option is make your stance a little shorter so it doesn't feel as intense. Good. Let's take the next breath in, rock back into a lunge. And then now as you breathe out, go into a lunge twist. Now, when you twist, think about twisting from the lowest part of your belly, right? So your belly button turns and then everything else follows. And then the top hand, circle it out, wiggle the fingers, maybe even snap the fingers. Good. And then we come back out of it. And this time we'll go back into down dog, but we're actually going to do a supported down dog. So the blocks are under the hands. It's still down dog, but it's down dog with the floor a little closer to us. And then we get to walk it out. Good morning. Walk it out a little bit. Nice and simple. Take a deep breath in. Let's bring the left leg up. Glute. And then as you breathe out, step that left foot in between those blocks. And let's get the blocks nice and tall. So remember, option to lower that right knee so it feels nice and supported, or keep the right knee up. We breathe in, and then on the breath out, we shift back. And we do that a few more times. Rock forward, breathe in. Shift back, breathe out. Few more times, breathe in. Breathe out. And then the next time you rock forward and you breathe in, maybe work on lowering and lifting that back knee a few times, right? So this gets into our hips yet again. Pulsing the back leg. Good. The next time you breathe in, bring the right knee up. Let's keep the right hand on the block, move the left block out of the way, and then give yourself a twist. We twist from the lowest point of the belly. We circle the wrist. Maybe move the fingers and snap the fingers. Yes. Left hand down, inhale. Now step the right foot forward, right next to the left foot. And then bend the knees so you can give your back a little space, interlace your arms, and then allow your body to just hang like a rag doll, swinging a little bit right and left. And then when you take a deep breath in, we're going to rock back to the center. Think about grounding through the four corners of the feet. So you're pressing through the mounds of the big toes, the pinky toes, the inner and the outer heels. Release your little arms and roll all the way up. You're prepped. You're ready. So we root, we reach all the way up. Inhale. Stretch like you're trying to hold my hands and I'm holding you up. We're in the circus. And then as you exhale, grab your left wrist, grab that wrist and reach it to the right so it feels good to you. And then come back to center, breathe in, reach the other wrist for the other wrist, stretch it, and then reach to the side. And then come back to center, breathe in, forward fold as you breathe out. Mm-hmm. Step back just with your left foot. That's your breath in. And you're going back into a nice active twist as you breathe out. Right hand presses down, breathe in. Now think about pressing away so that when you step back, you're in down dog. And then let's walk out your dog. See what that feels like to you. Anything that you like to do in down dog. So we pike up the little hips. So the hips, you look like an upside down V when you're in down dog. At any point, you lower your knees, you take a moment for you, you take a break. Always knowing that this is your practice. So it doesn't matter what I'm doing or the neighbor's doing, you listen to you. Yeah. Bring the big toes together when you're ready, if you're ready. And let's bring the left leg up. Now, if it feels okay, open the hip at the top. Towards the door we walked in, you open that left foot. You reach it over to the side. Now, pick up your head and look over the right shoulder and see what that looks like. You're stretching the side of the body, the neck. Step the left foot in between those hands. Breathe in. Let's go with our simple warrior one. So my back foot anchors. My hips are kind of squared. And I'm going to reach up. Now, my tendency is I take my front foot and I roll to the pinky side of the foot. It's what I do. So because of that, I'm like, oh, I'm going to press that big toe down, the mound of the big toe. Yeah. Now send your little arms back like wings. Send your arm, chest forward. And then lock the thumbs behind you so that as you reach your hands back, you're lifting your collarbones forward. Good. You got it. Hands to the floor. Pick up the back heel. Inhale. Just step forward with the right foot. Exhale. Root to reach all the way up. Inhale. And it'll be simple. We'll do the same thing to the other side. Exhale, forward fold. Let's step the right leg back first. That's your breath in. Twist to the left as you breathe out. Bring your left hand down as you breathe in. Press away to step into down dog, breath out. Come into plank pose and let's bring the shoulders over the wrists. Now, option to lower the knee so that you feel less intensity or keep the knees up. Breathe in, think about looking forward. Breathe out, lower your little belly to the floor. Slide into your cobra as you breathe in. Revisit down dog as you breathe out. Walk it out. Good morning. Big toes together. The right leg lifts. It gets to open at the hip. And remember what we do with the first side. We're going to open the legs so the top toes are moving towards the stereo side of the room. And now we're going to look over the left shoulder. Stretch the leg long, inhale, step the right foot forward. Take the back foot on a diagonal. And this is where we move for that little warrior one stance. Yes. We try to square the shoulders and we try to square the hips. And if you're like me and you like to use your right big toe like an antenna, press it down. Take your hands back, super active back, and then let's take the thumbs and lock them. So now we've got that active stretch. Simple. Breathe in, hands to the floor, pick up the back heel. Breathe out, left foot forward next to the right. Breathe in, root to reach all the way up. Then breathe out, hands to your heart. Okay, let's flow a little more. Inhale, sweep. Exhale, fold. This time, bring both hands flat. Bring your little heels up and just step back. We're coming into plank. On an inhale, look forward. On an exhale, lower to the belly. Remember, use your knees if you'd like. Now stretch into your cobra. Breathe in. Come into your down dog. Breathe out. Big toes together. The right leg will lift and open just like we did the first time. On an inhale. Can you bring the knee to the nose and step the right foot all the way forward? Now, please lead the back heel up. And then send your hands back, just like we did when we were in Warrior One. Use your core to send your arms forward and up. A little more involved, because now it's almost like we're on our little back foot, like that. Stretch and breathe. It's kind of a stretch from the front line, and then there's power from the back line. Inhale, stay in your lunge. Chair pose. So do your best to step so that your left foot is next to your right foot. And then we're going to send the arms back. Reach up, breathe in. And then take your opposite foot, your right foot, and step it back. Now you're in crescent on this side. Breathe in your crescent. Warrior two, turn right and shift to the right. So we're all doing warrior two to the right. 3 warrior pumps. Here we go. Inhale. Exhale. Let go again. Inhale. And exhale. One more time. Inhale. Exhale. Please roll the shoulders up and back. Yeah, it'll be simple. It'll be an inhale, sweep the right arm up and back. And I'm going to just change your direction. It's good for your brain. So as you exhale, cartwheel the hands, we're actually going to face the back of the mat. Down dog. Rock forward, either regular plank or kneeling plank. Get your shoulder points forward of your ribs. Exhale, lower. Cobra, inhale. Down dog, exhale. Side V, my friends. Big toes together. Send the left leg up, open the hip on your inhale. Knee to nose, step the left foot forward. Now you're on the ball of the back foot. Reach your arms back. And let's sweep the arms all the way forward and up. Yeah. Take an inhale. You're in your crescent. Right foot steps next to the left foot as best as you can. Exhale. That's it. Arms high, hips low. It's chair pose on an inhale. Step the left leg back. Step back. And now you're in crescent facing the back. You got it, Mel. Yes. Reach up. Inhale. Exhale. Turn to the left and come to the front of the mat for warrior two on the left. 3 warrior pumps. Ready? Inhale. Exhale. Again. Inhale. Exhale. One more time. Reach up. Inhale. Find your warrior two. Keep it steady. Just roll your shoulders up and down. Just the act of having your arms out is active. Ribs in. So we try to avoid the sassy bottom, right? We try to bring the ribs in. And then left arm up and back. Inhale. Cartwheel the hands. Downward facing dog, facing the front. Anytime it gets a little uncomfortable, skip the vinyasa. But if you'd like, rock forward, building that plank on your inhale, lowering it down on your exhale. Cobra or up dog, inhale, down dog, exhale. Walk it out. Drop to your knees at any point. All right, round two, my friends. Big toes together. We're going to let the left leg be first this time. So left leg lifts and opens on an inhale. Bring the left knee to the left elbow and look to the left as you exhale. Bring the leg back up on the inhale and bring the left knee to the right shoulder or elbow as you look to the right. And then bring the leg back up on the inhale and step the left foot all the way through for that same crescent. So find your foundation, send your arms back, and then stretch forward and up. Stretch it. Inhale, we're here. We've already been here. So on the exhale, transition into chair, right into it as best as you can. Hips low, arms high. Inhale. Step back with the left foot. So now you're in crescent with the left. Let's stay here and bring the hands behind your head. Create a nice little open chest. And then take your right foot to the right. Option 1, lower the back knee. It's a great stretch. If you have a little blanket, you can support your knee while you do that just in case. Okay. Option 2, stay off your knee. Either way, then elbows are open on an inhale. Left shoulder taps the right knee as you exhale. Remember, we're working on our little core as our peppering in focus today. Inhale, stretch. Exhale, twist. And then we'll do it one more time. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale, rotate and twist. You got it. Reach up as you inhale. Warrior two, turn left and roll to the left or back of the house. We do one pump together this time. Stretch up, inhale. Back there, exhale. Roll the shoulders up and back. Now maybe forearm to the thigh. So left forearm to the thigh, palm up. That's your breath in. Right arm way over your head as you reach back. Roll your ribs towards the side wall, right? So almost like you're spiraling the ribs towards the ceiling. Nice, Tom. Extend, reach. And now reverse it. We call this a peaceful warrior. On an inhale, cartwheel the hands to frame the back foot. It's a down dog, right? Or a down dog with a split leg in the air. So for those of you that want to continue with a split leg, come into plank with your leg up if you want. Breathe in, carry it down, breathe out. Add your cobra as you breathe in. And now have a little time for you. So either settle back in child's pose and rest, settle back in down dog and stay active and rest. Or this is a nice time to practice some little handstand hops if that's in your practice. The biggest thing about handstand hops for me is knowing my exit plan. If I know my exit plan, then it's not as scary. It's still scary for me, but it's always scary. Face plant. So if you do little hops and you think, oh my gosh, I'm going to over hop, and you know how to come out, you just kind of move to the side. All right. Maybe 2 or 3 more breaths, whether you're taking a moment to sip some water on your knees, or you're in down dog, or you're in handstands. And then we meet in down dog. Yeah, big toes together. The right leg lifts on an inhale, open the hip. The right knee moves somewhere close to the right elbow or shoulder, and we look to the right. And then we come back up on the inhale. Right knee somewhere towards that left elbow or tricep. Look to the left. Come back up, inhale. Right knee straight down the middle, step forward. You know where we're going. It's crescent. Yes. Super active front leg. That front thigh is getting more and more comfortable in its little grounded state because it's going to hold you up. We breathe in, come into chair pose, breathe out. Stay in chair with your arms up as you breathe in, stepping the right foot back. Okay, walk your left foot a little bit to the left. That's just so you have better base. Bring your hands behind your head, elbows open. And just know that if you don't get it, it's okay. Right knee can go on the floor. Inhale, expand the elbows. Exhale, right shoulder to the left knee. 2 more. Inhale, slowly come up. The slower we move, the more we'll be challenged. Exhale, sweep. One more time. Inhale. Exhale, give yourself your twist. Crescent pose, reach up, breathe in. Warrior two, turn right and shift to the front of the mat or the right. Breathe out. One pump together. Inhale. Back out, exhale. Roll the shoulders up and back. Forearm to thigh, breathe in. Left arm over your head, breathe out. Breathe, 3. Maybe extending the arms if that's what you're craving. 2. 1. Reverse it back. Peaceful warrior. Breathe in. Cartwheel the hands. Let's meet in down dog or down dog with a split leg. Up to you. From where you are, find your version of plank. That'll be your inhale. Carry it down on the exhale. Cobra, inhale, and then have a little time for you. So settle back and rest. Grab your water, towel dry, whatever works well for you. Handstand hoppers, go for it. You're in your zone. We won't stay in this spot too long. We keep the fire going. Taking your next breath in wherever you are, and then let's meet in down dog. Lifting and lowering the heels. Let's take a little scenic little route and walk the hands back to the feet. See what happens. So the body's getting warmer and warmer. This is our third round. So we're going to root to rise, just like we did before. And now let's create a little reach up, right? And let's bring your weight to your left foot. And let's just come off the right foot and see what happens. And then if you're okay with it, bend the right knee and lift. It doesn't matter how much we lift it. Super anchored with the left. Stay here or see if you can extend the right leg. And even if our extension is down here, that's perfect. Good. Now, send your right foot forward and then step on that foot and let's use the left glute to come off the left leg. Maybe send your little arms wide like airplane wings. And again, you can stay low like this, or you can use the glute to bring it up a little higher. And then I'll give you a tip. If your chest stays above your hips, it's easier to balance. So with that being said, if you want to try challenging your balance, come into toppling tree. Bring the chest lower, keep the left toes down, send your little arms up, and come into toppling tree. Whoa. All right, step the left leg back. You're in your crescent again with your right leg forward. Find your crescent, bring your hands behind your head like we did last time. But let's go ahead and open the chest. And if you're feeling a little bit like you want to be more challenged, look up. And then as we breathe in, prepare. Now you can step into chair, or if you know funky chair, come into funky chair. So we step forward. Funky chair is like a little number 4 figure. Chair, we've done a few times. So you decide. And then the benefit of funky chair is we're working our core just a little more because we got to balance on that right foot. And we're creating a little hip opener. Good. Take a deep breath in. And guess where we're going to meet? We're going to step back into crescent with the left foot. Inhale, crescent. Exhale, warrior 2. Turn right, left, and shift to the left. We've been here a few times. Peaceful warrior. Inhale. Let's go back to that side angle pose. So the first time around, I recommended forearm to thigh, right arm overhead. This time, if you want a little more, try sliding your forearm lower and use either your hand around the ankle, over a block, or on the mat. The lower you drop your hips, the more flexibility you're getting into this pose. Yes. Simple. Root and rise. Inhale. Keep the feet wide and turn the feet to the right as you exhale. We're going to grab one of your blocks and we're going to come into just your simple triangle pose. So for triangle pose, elbows and knees are straight. We glide to the right on the inhale, and then the block comes down and the left arm comes up. Yeah. Think about activating your back a little more, shifting your head back in space a little bit more. Good. Take a deep breath in, look down. As you breathe out, leave the block maybe halfway down outside of the mat so you can have access to it. Come all the way up. Turn your feet to the back one more time. Take your inhale, side angle pose. So again, forearm to thigh, forearm a little lower. Go for a bind if you want. And if you do a bind and you like practicing bird of paradise, you go for it. You got it. You got it. You got it. Yes. Keep that right big toe down. No antenna. And then come back. Nice, Amanda. Look down, inhale. Let's bring your right hand down and come into a lunge twist facing the back. Lower your hips a little bit, rotate your little belly button to the left. Left hand down, inhale. Press into that down dog or down dog split. And then find your plank on your inhale. Carry it down on your exhale. Cobra, inhale. Down dog or child's pose. Exhale. Big toes together. Meet me in down dog when you're ready. And then now we're going to walk the feet to the hands. So we'll take that little journey. I'm sorry, I meant hands to the feet. Shelly, you're a great little listener. You're a good listener. Hands to feet. Okay, root to rise. Remember it? Now we're kind of turned inside out, upside down a little bit. So let's see if I can remember it. So we're here. We're standing at the back of the mat. We're going to stand on the right foot and come off the left leg. Yeah, now I'm confusing us a little bit on purpose. So stand on the right foot, come off the left. Now you can lift your knees, extend your arms over the head, lift your knee, not knees. And if you want, you can extend the leg. Feel that hip flexor holding you up. Breathe in, step into the left foot, and immediately off the right foot. But let's make sure the right toes point down and then open your arms like wings, like you're about to take off. Stay. You look like a little airplane, or try your toppling tree if you have the energy and you want it. Yes. Inhale, upright your torso. Exhale. Come into that number 4 figure at the back. You got it, Christmas. You had it. So you're in your little funky chair. Good. From funky chair, breathe in, step your right foot down, send your left leg back. You're in crescent. So now we're in crescent, right foot forward, left foot back. Yes. Breathe in. And then as we breathe out, turn left and go to the left for warrior 2. Take an inhale, roll the shoulders up and back, forearm to thigh, right arm overhead. And if you're able to, slide the forearm a little lower. Remember, the more you lower your hips, the more you're going to feel this in your hips. So lower your little booty if you're okay with it. We root and rise. Breathe in, grab your block. Turn the feet to the right for triangle pose. So glide right on your inhale. Right hand down, left arm up. Remember, we activate the back. So the back feels like it's waking up and the head feels like it's shifting back. All right, look down, leave the block off the mat, root to rise. Inhale, round 2, or actually round 3 for that side angle. So you can revisit coming down one more time, or maybe go for a bind, taking the top arm over the head. Over the back, taking the bottom arm under the leg. And you can bind. And if you want to do that bird of paradise on this side and you know it, try it. Look down, breathe in, meet us back in that little lunge and add your twist. Left hand down, inhale. It's your down dog or your down dog split. On the exhale, plank pose or 3-limbed plank pose. Inhale, carry it down, exhale. Cobra or up dog, inhale. Child's pose or down dog, exhale. Yeah, we're going to have a little fun working on a little segment for your core. And for those of us that know about core, I want you to remember your core is 3-dimensional. It's your front torso, back torso, and sides. So before we start a little core movement, come into hands and knees. And then take your inhale, create a little archy back. And then as you exhale, create a little rounded back. Inhale, create a little archy back. And then exhale, create a little rounded back. Now, you probably have a blanket, so walk your hands to your knees. And if you need to, you're welcome to put the blanket under your knees so it supports you. Make little fists with your hands. And let's take your fists and place the fist right over the piriformis. Encourage your hips forward, your chest up, and your gaze up. Kind of creating space through that front line. Good. And then go ahead and bring yourself into your hands and let's create space through your front back line. So come off your knees, bring your little big toes together and then round the back and make the shape of crow. So notice how I said make the shape of crow. So if crow is not in your practice, it's okay. We all start with the shape. My hands are a little wider than my shoulders, my knees inch outside of my arms, and I create almost like a little cat back. My feet, I'm not worried about them coming in or off the mat. Yeah, we're going to come out of it and we're going to do one more round. Knees down. Stand on your knees and bring your little hands to your low back. Round two. So now I want you to do it with your hands wide. Spread your fingers up. Encourage your hips forward. Your chest lifts. Look up. And then come out of it and let's go for round two, right? So circle it out. Hands wide, big toes together. Make your little rounded option to focus on looking forward, shifting forward. Stay on your little feet, or maybe say, hey, I'm going to try 1 foot off. Good. And then come all the way back. Drop your knees. Last round. Come out of it. Shake out your little hands. Same idea. Hips forward, heart lifts. Keep one hand on your back. Maybe reach one arm up. And then if it feels good, you can reach back. This is involving a little bit of the shoulder. And then guess what? We have two sides. So second side, right hand out, left arm up, maybe back. And then here we go. Last round with our little rounded crow. And if you know headstand, you can go into headstand. Yeah. So feet wide. Remember, make the shape. Hands are wide. Wrap your little arms. Stay grounded. Maybe say, I can bring 1 foot into the party, maybe both feet into the party. If you know headstand, head down, booty up. Right? Even if you don't get the legs up. Now, not everybody has the capacity to put pressure on their back, which is why I love just working on making the shape of crow. You don't have to ever put pressure on your back. Yeah. Good. And then slide yourself forward and onto your back. You can use your blanket under your back if that makes you feel good. So this is now what we call equalizing your little, getting yourself back to neutral. Knees in, grab your calves, your ankles, or the outer edges of your feet. And maybe even rock right and left. Good. So you've neutralized. Now, can we work on hugging the right knee into the chest and stretching the left leg all the way down? Yeah, the neat thing about this is we've used our little hip mobility postures already. And then do the other side, hug the other knee into the chest. Yeah. We're not using the straps just yet. I'm warming us up so we can use the straps. I want to make sure everybody has their little straps with them. Now you're here. Take your inhale. Maybe see if you can lift your shoulders and your head off the mat on the exhale. Think about your low back gluing to the mat, and then give yourself a little squeeze and a reach. Inhale, and then switch. Hug and squeeze. Exhale. Again, inhale, exhale. Again, inhale, exhale. We're doing 8 more little squeezes. So inhale, squeeze. Exhale, inhale, exhale. Last 4. Inhale, exhale. Last 2. Inhale, exhale. Good. Head down, shoulders down, knees in. Now extend the legs up. We're now going to keep the knees straight. We're going to grab the back of the right leg or the back of the right thigh, or one on one hand on the thigh, one hand on the leg. And then go ahead and bring the other leg about 2 inches off the ground. Good. Your shoulders are down, your head is down. You're just feeling the stretch. Now bring the leg up and switch it. Bring the other leg down and feel that stretch. Option to bring the head and shoulders off the mat to give that top leg a little pull. On the inhale, switch and pull. Exhale, switch, pull. Inhale, switch, pull. Exhale, keep going. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Last 8. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Last 4. Exhale, inhale, and exhale. Good. Hug the knees into the chest. Head down, shoulders down. Okay, we're going to add a little weight to that. So we're going to take the block and we're going to place it in between the knees. The action of squeezing the block with the knees and thighs is activating our little core. That's one option. Another option is take the block in between the ankles and feet. A little more intense. We inhale, stretch the arms over the head. And then as we exhale, reach the arms forward. If the block is in between the knees, grab the block. If the block is in between the feet, grab the block. And then tap the feet to the floor and the block reaches over the head. Inhale. Exhale, bring it back home. Now weigh it down, tap it, bend the knees. If tapping is better with the knees, bend and then bring it back. Keep the knees straight if that feels better for you. Come back up. Last 4. Bring it back up. Last 3. Last 2. And here's your last one. Good. Hug the knees, feet flat, block to the side. Windshield wipe your knees right and left for a moment. This next movement, just like the other core movements, actually also helps us with mobility. So this is our last one like that, and then we stretch. So we're all going to take the block in between the thighs And then we're going to hug the block in with our thighs and knees in. Active feet. Take your hands, bring them wide and active. Inhale is this. This is neutral. Exhale, you rock the legs to the right. Inhale, center, neutral. Exhale to the left. Inhale, center. Exhale, right. Inhale, center. Exhale, right. Inhale, center. Maybe a little lift in towards your chest. And then release. Good. Now you grab your straps. So taking a moment to strap. And what I like about doing the straps is creating a little loop. So if you have a strap with a little buckle, just make a loop with it, right? So I'm going to go through my buckle, both buckles, and then I'm going to thread in between the buckles. And voila, I got a loop. The block, or I'm sorry, the foot goes through the loop. The strap goes over my head. Straight elbows, straight knees, supported head and back. I'm gonna help you with mine. Let me put you this one. And then put this wing on your head so you can stretch. Yes. For active stretch. Good. And then you can keep the top leg active as is. The bottom leg can stay with the knee bent or straight. Whatever feels good for your body. Feel the stretch through the arms, the legs, the torso. And then we'll take the right hand a little closer to the foot, keeping the left glute and left shoulder down. See if you can open the legs slightly to the right. If your shoulder or left hip come up, you've gone too far. And then I actually like to point my nose to the left. And then we bring the leg back to the top. Breathe in. Switch hands and take that leg all the way to the left. Back to center. Pull the leg towards your head just a little more. It's almost like you're doing a little floating split. Good. And then switch. Bring the strap to the other foot. Stretch it out. Remember, your right knee can be bent if that feels better for you, or straight. Feel like you're grounded, shoulders, hips, head, and then take your left hand and open the leg to the left a little bit. But keep the right shoulder down and the right glute down. And remember, straighten your knee, especially that top knee, if that's okay with you. That's why we use the strap. And then come back to center. Breathe in and switch. Take the leg to the other side. Encourage your left shoulder down. Look to the left. Go ahead. Come back. Breathing in. And now as you breathe out, come out of this. Come all the way up to a seated position. And most of us have our little bolster with us. And if you don't, you can get it. But let me show you what we're doing. This next pose is actually a really nice, beneficial pose. It helps us stretch the quad, the knees, the front line, and then using the bolsters is really nice. But I am going to give you options because not everybody's body can do everything. So here's what we're going to work on. We're going to bring little block, double block for some of us, so that it looks like we have a little chair here. Okay. The less involved version of this stretch is still a great stretch. It involves us stretching more of the inner hip, and it's wonderful. You bring the soles of the feet together. You sit right in front of your little bolster. And if you're home and you don't have a bolster, you can make a bolster with a blanket and a couple blocks. And then you kind of just hang back, support your head, bring yourself into this nice little recline version of um, soles of the feet together, Baddha Konasana. Now, the stretch I like even more than this, it involves a little more, but it's on the menu for you if you want. You actually bring all 10 toenail beds down like this, and you take a seat right in front of the bolster. We want to make sure we're not like when we were little and the feet flipped out. We want the pinkies, toes pressing down. And then you do the same recline. It's just that the legs are doing something a little different. And then the trick with this and anything that we do is finding your edge. So, what feels right for you? If you need to scoot up higher or lower, from here, you can take your arms wide. You can reach your arms over the head and just kind of extend. It's a very beneficially driven pose. It's wonderful because it stretches you, but it's also calming. I'm going to bring this one up a little higher. Oh, no, you're beautiful. I love it. Everybody should look a little different. It's an active stretch with a passive twist. Mhm. So you've been there for a little over a minute. Feel free to stay there the remainder of the next few minutes as we dive into just resting, or come out of the actual pose and stay supported in whichever way you want and find your resting pose, your corpse pose, or however you want to be and feel in your resting pose. If it feels like a resting pose for you, the way you are feel now, then there's nothing that you need to change. Now, as I walk around, I'll have a little oil. So if anybody wants me to share an oil with you, please, as you lie down, make sure one of your hands or both of your hands face up. And then I'll know you want oil. Mhm. You can start bringing your little awareness back. Just notice your body, maybe scan your body, start maybe noticing your feet, the area of your hips, your torso and heart. And then go ahead and tap into moving inward for a moment, maybe bringing a hand close to your heart space. Think about a positive quality you want to invite into your day today. As you take your next breath in, invite that quality in. And then as you take your next breath out, take a moment to let go of whatever no longer serves you. So we all have little cards in front of our mats today. I'm going to share mine online. Mine says, I find a deeper meaning and personal growth amid the discomfort. Ooh, I've never gotten this card before from the deck. Yes, like that today. So I hope it resonates with you all. Thanks for joining. And I didn't say it. Namaste. 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 Namaste.